The Five Women's Quest for the Ultimate Truth. Introduction, Part 2. The existence of a creator of creation is a truth that can be confirmed on a very basic level of spirituality. One does not need to locate the creator of creation in order to realize that there is a creator. Just because you can see it does not mean it does not exist. Speaking words cannot be seen, but we know that they exist because we proceed communications. The soul and the spirit are not seen, but we know that they do exist due to the functional body. So, if we cannot see this indubitable existence within our own selves, that proves that the physical self is incompetent to determine what does not exist. The existence of a creator of creation should not be doubted due to many factors that are within the grasp of human knowledge. The universe and the existence within the universe did not create themselves, nor do humans create them. But there are theories which try to dismiss the existence of God, the divine creator of creation. There are theories which claim that the universe came into existence due to an explosion 15 billion years ago. They call it the Big Bang Theory. They also claim that all species of the earth evolved from one cell organism that existed billions of years ago in the sea. Also that human species developed from monkeys throughout the course of time, which they call evolution. The Big Bang Theory make it seem like matter can come to an existence by themselves, and these satanic philosophers, which are the idiotic theories of evolution, make it seem like life can manifest itself by chances. The universe and the existence within the universe are too complex to come to existence by themselves or manifest by chance. Just think about this with a clear consciousness. Human beings are just one species among many in the planet Earth. And the planet Earth is just one planet in many in the solar system. And there are many solar systems in a galaxy. And there are many galaxies in the universe. And the universe expands far beyond human knowledge. So to consider, the scientific community has also discovered that there is a magnetic field that deflects the intensity of the sun from the earth. Without this, life will not be possible because the intensity, the intense radiation from the sun will incinerate all the lives of the earth due to the close proximity of the sun to the earth. So to consider that all this existence come to being by themselves or manifest by chances, this is the pure foolishness of the human spirit. There is a divine creator who created all creation and gave each and every one of his creation the right amount of balance they need in order to manifest themselves in life. Humans are totally ignorant toward God, due to the capability of building and making things. But arrogance as human are, they cannot even create a drop of water, which is the most valuable resource for any life to survive on this planet. To create is to bring an existence into being without an input of any sources that already existed. Only God, the creator of creation, can. When God said to be, it will be. That is creation. It said that God formed man, the flesh, from the dust of the earth and breathed life to it, and man became a living soul. But this is just another lack of understanding of the God of humanity. The God of humanity is the creator, not a body. If God created the flesh from the dust of the earth, human would be a living, walking clay. The human body is composed with flesh, blood, bone, and many elements that has no connection whatsoever with the dust of the earth that is said human originated from. Tree and grass would be more likely to be created from dust of the earth, but they weren't. God said to be, and they were, all of them. The God of this universe does not make existence. He created existence. God said to be, and there it was. And this capability of bringing an existence into being is what differentiates God from builders and makers. There is a God, and only one true God. This divine God is a creator, not a creation. In like a carved, mold God and goddess, and mythical God and goddesses that we read about. We have heard the stories of mythical gods and goddesses who has wives and husbands, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, and their way of life not any less dramatic than humans. Carved, mold, and mythical God and goddesses are worthless because they cannot create anything but chaos and confusion. Many have based their life values on these carved, mold, God and goddesses. Ignore the fact that they are human beings. It is a basic logical truth, it's a basic obvious truth that one who created a God is more capable than the God itself. But many are even blinded to this obvious truth. History has witnessed the harm done to humanity by this blinded mentality. We have seen so many harm done to cultures, cultural values, religious beliefs, and government laws, just because they were values as tradition or written in a scripture or in a constitution. Any written or oral information, the reality they produce should be more relevant than the information itself and should not matter who wrote them or said it. Humankind must overcome the boundary of this belief system that cripple the human spirit from functioning to its true purpose in life. Humanity can never be whole or harmonized through this belief system of our society that separate and discriminate one from another. One physical appearance is originality are irrelevant in spirituality, because spirituality is where the human spirit manifests far beyond the level of physicality. No one can be discriminated or separated against by the size of or weight of the soul or spirit, because these two elements manifest within the insane reality of spirituality. Humankind must navigate within the insane reality of spirituality in order to understand the reasoning of the physical reality. There was a time when I had deep resentment of hearing the word devil or evil, because to me it seemed like a metaphor designed by wrongdoers, because people have the tendency to run away from the responsibility of their wrongdoing by blaming someone or something else for it. My rational understanding about the devil and evil was that humans are both, because humans are the ones that committed everything that is described the work of the devil or the act of evil. However, what I did not understand was that what make people commit this act. Through the five elements, the devil and evil are clearly understood, as well as their function in life. The devil is a being that called Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, Lord of Darkness, and so on. And some refer to him as a fallen angel, and so on. But this being Lucifer is not an angel, no, is not an angel. He's a part of the species that we call jinn. Jinn are species with spirit. Jinn are species with spirit, just like human. But they are far more capable than any creature of the planet Earth. To compare jinn capabilities to human would be like comparing human and other creatures of the earth. Many creatures of the earth are amazing engineering in their inhabitants, but there is not one creature in this earth that is capable as humans are. Jinn advanced technology enabled them to navigate in different dimensions throughout the universe, and they destroy everything they can. It is these jinn who are responsible for many of the destruction that are seen as phenomenal disaster or power of nature. It is these jinn who influence humans with all the knowledge that the world would be better off without, such as building weapons that destroy lives and many other technology that cause great harm to the planet itself. The realm of the jinn and our physical realm have similarity in to the physical dream and the reality, in our reality and reality of reality of a dream. One experience physical reality also experience reality of a sleeping dream, but in a different dimension. The physical body does not participate in the reality of a sleeping dream, but the physical body can be disturbed from a sleeping dream. One can wake up from a nightmare, sweating and shaking with fear, even though the physical body will not participate in action. The realm of the jinn and our physical realm have the same similarity of coexisting within one another. Jinn can manifest in our physical world due to their advanced capabilities, just as a nightmare can affect the physical body. The bad jinn are what some call demons, or bad spirit, and Lucifer, the devil, is not an ordinary jinn among jinn. Through the five elements, one understands that these demonic jinn are the true enemies of humanity, who influence all tyrannies that the world experiences. Just because you don't see them physically walking in their physical form among people, that does not mean they're not walking around spreading their chaos. My spirit was one lost within the darkness of this demonic jinn, where forgiveness is seen as weakness and revenge is seen as honorable. I was walking in the darkness with the attitude of, if you bump into me, I'll hurt you if I can. But I miraculously saw the light of through the five minutes that guided my spirit out to clarity. When my spirit was guided out of the darkness of this demonic jinn, just then I was able to realize that these jinn are the real enemies of humanity. And from that point on, I vow to forgive any human being who ever caused me harm here or will ever cause me harm here and the hereafter. These demonic jinn are the true enemies of humanity. And wherever they go or passes, the trail of the darkness they leave behind, leave misery behind. They will go in one's home and create arguments that make no sense, and then stand aside to enjoy the family chaotic moment. When these jinn enter a home, parents can resent their loving children, children can resent the parents who care for them, and a bounded spouse can dispute over their differences. These jinn create trouble anywhere they go or passes. Sometimes people argue or fight in public places on issues as silly as you step on my foot, or what you're looking at me for, or you bump me with your bag. I have done it myself. I was even sent to an anger management program by a judge due to my intolerant behaviors. Most of the time, people will not realize how pathetic they are acting until the embarrassment comes to pass. One might ask, who with their right mind can avoid being stepped onto or bumped into when you are walking around people? People argue or fight about issues that can make one think, what's wrong with people? But the reality is that wherever this jinn go passes by, the darkness they create can disable one's spirit from thinking right or acting right till harm is done. Don't you think when people go into rob a bank, they don't plan it first? Of course they do. But they would be blinded from the obvious flaw of their plan that will get them killed or in prison. Bank robbers will plan, with bank robbers plan to a point of confidence that they will succeed before they proceed into action. Bank robbers will know that the risk of getting killed or getting cut but this demonic gen will boost their confidence of success until they proceed. Then, when the reality unfolds, just then they will realize that planning and acting are two different realities. Bank robbers will ignore the first flaw of their plan, which is going after money that is not theirs. But they might realize that later in their prison cell if they are not killed first. If you go to any prison and get to talk to some prisoners, you might be surprised by some of them, their stories. Because some of them will tell you that they dream to be a president of a nation or corporation, and some dream to be a humanitarian, and so on. But regardless of their higher ambition or honorable dreams, they are locked up in prison, where getting out will become their higher ambition and the most desirable dream. You also see people who do achieve honorable position in society, who locked up behind prison bars. And regardless of the high ambition, the higher position they held in society, in prison one has no honor. In prison one is commanded how to or when to do just about everything, like a child. And that is not where one who hold honorable position in society will choose to end up. If you examine how people end up in prison, you might realize that it's the choice they made, but what you might not realize, why they made them. Many end up in prison as a fallen victim of this demonic gen. They always leave the victim to face a hopeless reality alone. You'll see people running in all directions in life, searching for the definition of a better life. And this is where this demonic gen will direct many toward the abyss where one is forever running. Some will run to a point where they will grab everything they could, but they will still empty within their soul, unable to figure out what is missing. Some will end up using drugs or committing suicide after seeming to have it all, because they can no longer bear to run anymore. Some will be forever running in circles by waking up every day doing the same thing over and over, whether they like it or not. Some will be tumbling, will be blind. Some will be blind, unable to see themselves as a creation of a God, by thinking that they are not worthy of greatness. But some will run, tumbling over and over to a point where they can no longer keep up with life itself, and they will end up give up on life itself. Through the cultural, religious and governmental system of our world, these demonic gen are unable to have a tight grip on humanity itself, which make every human being vulnerable to evil. Through these three forces of society, one's life can be easily controlled or destroyed, because to question the authority will be seen as rebellious or immoral. These three major forces of society, culture, religion, and government, function under the pure satanic influences that violate the very core of moral righteousness and human purpose on this earth. On this five-element journey, one will come to clear conclusion that the God of humankind is free from every evil, any evil that ever done in his name. When religions destroy in the name of God, that is evil. When culture destroy in the name of destroy lives in the name of traditions, that's evil. When government destroy life in the name of the law, that's evil. When any individual destroy life for any reason, that also is evil. Destroying life is evil, and it does not matter who committed or ordered to be committed. There is no such thing as a good or right killing. Any act of killing is wrong and evil and condemned under the authority of moral righteousness. But this demonic gen will even give a cold-blooded killer a justification to kill, for killing. Thou shalt not kill. This condemnation applies to all. But with the satanic authority of these forces, culture, religion, and government, one can be given the permit to kill, or a killer can be condemned and killed, and killed. And it will be justified as Sharia law, or eye for an eye, or capital punishment. They will ignore the fact that killing a killer is just another act of killing. There is no act of killing that can be justified in the court of moral righteousness, because whatever righteousness condemns, it will be forbidden to all, the exception to none. Through this force of our society, culture, religion, and government, warfare can be justified as a just cause, or morality can be humiliated in the name of democracy or freedom. But the fact of the matter is that there is no such a thing as a just war, and there is no democracy or freedom when morality is being violated. Warfare glorifies evil, and to justify it under any name or any authority, that is the devil mocking morality. The devil and his gang mocking morality. Destruction of life is evil, period. Destroying life is evil, and evil cannot be fought with evil. There is no good in evil, there is no evil in good. When life is destroyed, evil is served, and there is no justification that can make it good. For example, if one pick up a gun to threaten, and another pick up a gun for protection, the one who pick up a gun to threaten is seen as the evil one, and the one who pick up a gun for protection is seen as the righteous one. Now, the evil one, if the evil one shoot for aggression, and the righteous one also shoot for protection, only thing that differentiates them is their name and their justification for shooting. Justification can only change the view of an act, but it cannot change the reality of itself. Because in this situation, it does not, no justification can change the fact that both the evil one and the righteous one have committed the same act of shooting. And if shooting is condemned as evil, both the righteous one and the evil one have committed the act of evil. Destruction of life is what condemns anyone for the act of evil. And it does not matter whatever the person is, a prophet or criminal or a king or a criminal. Those who claim to fight evil by destroying life, they are not fighting evil, but they are contributing to evil. Destroying life is what evil is, and evil cannot be fought with evil. The God, the magnificent one, did not create life, did not create his creation for anyone to destroy. It is an overdue moral obligation and a necessity for humankind to stop the destruction of the flora and fauna of this earth. Because only then humankind will be able to realize and manifest their true purpose for being here in this world. During this 5-element spiritual quest for the truth, the evil of culture will be revealed. The evil of religion, the evil of government, and then spirituality will be clarified in them. where all that needs to be known to humankind is clearly revealed. It is where the human spirit manifests to his God-given will by confirming what he knows on his own without any intimidation or outside influences. Continue the journey with the 5 elements quest for the ultimate truth.